one of the ways I would partner, because I now have a foundation, the HT Foundation, is we look at what need do we have to help with and see what percentage I can help with within there. Like we get into the year, we say, okay, this year one block is going to focus on scholarship.
Okay.
And to qualify for the scholarship, the child must make X amount of score in JAM. The child must be reading X amount of courses, because we don't want the child that is reading just some course. Some people just go to school, just let it be them school. No, we will set all the criteria that the child must meet. And we decide for the year, we're giving 50 of them, scholarship. Then I can decide maybe I want to help 10 in that year. Then the following year, we can decide skill acquisition. We want to help 100 of them. And we decide, on what skill. We also go to different places where they can approach the companies that can train them. Then they will you need to sponsor them for that. Then we can also come in. I can come in there and see how I can pick out of 100. I can take, depending on the cost, I can take 20. I can take 50. Depending on the cost. And one thing I intend to do too, there are a lot of police children that are doing so well that are still not part of us, and they are waiting to see how far we're going, if we have the right intent for them to join. People like to join things that are succeeding already. So my job too, making sure I go and approach those people and saying, see, hey, it's working now. Come and join us. Let's make it much bigger. So I think that's what I would do for one block.
What you're just saying is just exactly what we're discussing during the setup. Certain persons just like to wait and see until, it's actually working well before they come in.
I think we also have to have, think of having like a seminar where we invite the children, we'll find a day in the year, invite them to speak to them. I think when they see us and see when we speak, and we tell them their story, where they can relate. Mm-hmm. This person was once like me, and this is this person today. And along the line, we can also mentor them. We can also decide on that day, pick the few of them that wants us to mentor them, and also mentor them. That would also help, because like I said from the beginning, the mindset of every child is what we need to work on. If you put positive mindset, if you put belief, I believe, the power of speaking into somebody's life. In the US, there was a time one of my bosses came and said, "Do you know why you have to make money?" Because I just wanted to make money. But people don't know why you have to make money. And I was wondering, what does it mean by, do I know why I want to make money? I want to make money because I want to just enjoy, live a good life, have money, live in a big house. And he said, every day you wake up, you have to think about people that are hopeless, your family that believe in you. You have to think about what impact can you make. The moment you start thinking like that, you start your drive for money goes beyond just money. You have a reason that you're looking up to. There's a purpose that you wish for, you want to make happen. And you're not looking at yourself. It's beyond you. So it builds a drive inside of you. And he said, have you ever thought about your child come to you and said, "Daddy, my school fees just went up to X amount of money, and they said we have to pay it today. And if I don't pay it today, I can't go to school." Have you ever imagined that you don't have it? Do you know how it feels like as a father, knowing that you cannot support your child. It kills. It's something that you don't want to experience. You know, as he was saying that day in the hall, in the training we were, he was speaking to me. I told myself that day, I'm working for my children not to ever lack. I'm working to try and help the hopeless. I'm working to have a better society, if not in general, but around me.
Your immediate environment.
My immediate environment. And that's what drove me. My mission of coming to Nigeria today, because I was going to get there at the end, is because I wanted to create jobs. Not just because I want to make money. People have business, they want to make money. No. One of my purpose is I want to hire young people and build them on how to make wealth and why your mind, what you have inside of you is the beginning of where you want to get to. So that's what drove me here. And in the process of me doing that, I am still building people that are succeeding for me. But you see, my purpose is not me building business. It's me building people. Yeah. They will look back tomorrow and say, you did this for me. And my children tomorrow might end up needing you. You understand? So I'm looking beyond just the business. So my drive is beyond just this. You know, so when people come and say, oh, you've done well, and I keep looking at, I've done well. How? I have 20,000 children that I'm making school shoes for, because I found out that a lot of children in rural areas, they wear slippers to school. Some of them go with bare feet. And most of us don't know here that children are going to school without shoes. So how will I help with that? I need to make 50,000 school sandals. How can I make that money? So you see, I'm not thinking about how I'm making money to buy this car so it's my drive. So I think that those words that came into my head was what influenced me. So I think we need to do more in speaking life into our young ones.
Years from now, when a barracks child hears your story, what do you want them to take away? What is that one thing you want them to take away from your story? Years from now, when they mention your name.
I want them to remember me as somebody that was always happy no matter the situation they found themselves. I want them to remember me of somebody that cares. I want them to remember me about somebody that never gives up. I want them to remember me about somebody that believes in whatever they found themselves, that thing must work. I want them to believe that they are the best. You know, they are the best being in this world. Anywhere you find yourself, if you're I remember in America where I used to wash plates, and the guy that I used to go and deliver food used to make more tips. So I'll hurry up and wash plates so that I can go and deliver food, so that I can make tip. So most times I used to, while I'm in a hurry, I used to use knife to cut myself in my hand because I'm rushing, so I won't know when there's knife in the water. And you see, the only way I learned how to wash plates very fast in America was because as a child in the barracks, you'll be rushing to wash plates so that you can play ball before 4:30. So you can see that this chain of what you did as a child
still follows
you. You know? So I want them to remember me of doing what is right, that wealth is not built by doing the wrong things. Some of these people believe that to do wrong, all this illegal way of making money. The person making money in the wrong way, he just tweak his brain from making it the right way, tweak it to do the wrong way to make it. That's just the difference. You can still be successful with making it the right way and love what you do. And the reason why I mentioned that plate washing and supply food is, as I was doing that, everybody that came to that restaurant, if they don't see me, they are asking the owner of the store, where is Hamilton? Where is Hamilton? Because I'll make you laugh. When I come, first thing I want to see is, oh my God, your hair. Where did you make this from? This is like heaven. Person will smile, you know? And there was a time, there's a company that I worked for then, where a client wrote in the newspaper that I saved their life. And they were wondering how. Because then our job was to go and get money from people that were owing the company. So I got into this woman's house and she was like, what? What do you want? What do you want? I said, ma, calm down. That I came for something about our company, wanted to know how you're doing, and they've not heard from you. Your company cares about me. How? For what? Which company cares about people? I said, ma, it's something new. It's new management. So we just wanted to see how you're doing. And she told me to come in. And along the line, I came in. I said, oh, your house is so amazing. Oh, somebody that's coming from Africa. This house, I've never seen such house before. Wow, this is like, can I put my hand on the ground? It's like heaven. She now started laughing like, oh my God, you're funny. How can this my house be like heaven? Oh my, trust me, I'm so lucky to be here. So along the line, I made her laugh, and she was going to commit suicide on that day. I only came to give her hope that life she can smile again. She didn't know that she could smile. She thought her life was over. So she came, told my company that this is what I did. I mean, then they gave me an award for that and all that. And they were asking me, how do you do it? But remember, it's still that barrack. No matter your situation, you're happy. You understand? You must be happy. You don't have a choice than to be happy. So, that's my story. I want you to remember me as a happy man that does things right and never give up.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, so we've heard so much already. Now let's come back to when you actually left Nigeria. When exactly did you leave, and what was like the motivating factors? Was like, see, I have to leave this country. Some people feel like if I don't japa, I can't make it. But you still went there. You made it and you came back. What motivated you to leave, or why did you feel the need to come back?
Okay. Like I told you, when I was a copper in the bank, and this girl that came from London, she used to be like, oh, I'm from London. So I used to be like, please, this abroad thing. I always believe that anything you make a big deal, I want to surpass that thing. It's a challenge for me. I want to show you that I can get to that point and I'm still normal. Because people get carried away when their life changed. You understand? So I want to show you that you can be there and still be yourself. Mm-hmm. That's also what pushes me. So I got the visa, and because I wasn't prepared to travel, I just got it. And what I've learned about life is don't get things only when you need it. Mm-hmm. Once you see opportunity, go and get it. You might not need it 100% at that time, but when that time comes, you'll be shocked. Oh, this is why I got this. So when I got it, I was still working for 8 months. And my mom was wondering, why are you not living? Everybody was like, to live here. I'm like, no, I'm going to make it here. There is money in Nigeria. I always believe Nigeria is a place where there's opportunity, But I don't know why people don't believe that, but I always believe there's opportunity in Nigeria. So my mom now deceived me again and said, oh, she heard that they did something in my village, that they tied me in a voodoo. So it's the voodoo that tied me, that is making me not to travel. That's why I've not traveled. Oh, my son is gone. Oh, they've tied you. So when she left, I'm like, nobody tied me. I just didn't want to go. You know what? Let me prove to my mom that I can travel. Again, that proving to her that I can. So I got to the US and... I went for visa to the UK. And they denied me the visa for UK. And I was angry. Why? Then I went to South Africa because I had not traveled before. I went to South Africa and my plane, my way back, had an issue. And that's why when I'm traveling now, I don't look at the window till now. Because I looked at the window, I saw how the plane has the wing and all that. Yeah. So I was like, supposing this wing just start having... Oh my God! Just start having issue now. Eh?
Oh my God!
I said, please, oh, Don't go and wish that kind of wish. The next thing, the wings started doing pa 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 pa. And the next thing, this thing started crack, crack, crack. I was like, I caused this issue here. So we landed in Zanzibar, in the bush. So we stayed there for 2 days. Then by the time we moved from Zanzibar to Ethiopia, remember, in Zanzibar, they stamped my passport. In Ethiopia, our flight had left to Nigeria. So they now said people from US and UK should go to, they put them in Hilton. They said people from Europe and other countries, and Europe and one other place they called, go follow the next car. Then they said the rest of you, they took us in one bus. They now took us to one place that cigar, there was prostitute in front. And I'm like, so people that go to America are special. I must be an American citizen. Since these people are different. Okay? That was what inspired me then. You know, every situation, I look for the positive in it. There's a reason why you went through that. And most people don't look for it. I always think why. So when I left Ethiopia, they stamped my passport again twice. South Africa, Zanzibar, Ethiopia. Then on our way, the flight was coming to Ghana before Nigeria. So we got into Ghana, there was a delay. So they made us sleep one night. They stamped my passport again. Then I got to Nigeria. So the week later, I had a US interview. So that was how I went to US interview. They saw I traveled to 4 places. And this is me as a copper too. And because I was a copper that did not believe I was a copper, because people will be a copper and say, oh, I'm just a copper now. When I finish my youth service, I'll start making money. I didn't believe that. I was working as a stockbroker assistant, but I realized that I could read stock, because it's so easy that you read stocks have when they go up and when they go down. Each particular stock has when the financial statement is about to be out. A month before then, it goes up. So I studied it, and I started going to people in the bank and say, I can make you money. You should come and invest. If you make it, you will just bless your brother. And they'll be like, are you sure about it? They will give me money. I started making money as a copper stockbroker. That was how I was able to travel. I had money to travel. I rented my apartment in Ajah then, a 2-bedroom then as a copper, because I was making money. So that was how I now left for the US, when I went to get for the interview a week after. They gave me a visa. And after getting the visa, I was still like, why did UK deny me? I'm not going to let it go. I reapplied to UK. And because UK has seen all my travel, the US visa, UK gave me visa. So I was now happy. I said, I'm complete now. So I went to UK. I didn't like it because the road was small, the cars are small, everybody's not talking to anybody, everybody's face is serious. If you're walking on the street, you're looking at people, nobody's looking at you. You're seeing people, but nobody's seeing you. And I'm like, how would people like this place? So a month and a half later, I now went to US. And I got to New York first. I noticed in New York, you'll be walking, you'll be looking at people, they'll be like, what's up, man? I'm like, okay. What's up, too? And along the line, I said, I kind of like here. Everybody say, what's up to everybody. And the first thing I learned in America is you'll see people with a brown envelope. In case some of you that have not traveled. If you go to New York, the city, you'll see black people with brown envelope. You know what's inside the brown envelope? It's alcohol. You can't drink alcohol in the public. But if you have it in the bag, you can drink it. So what they do is they put it in a bag and they hold it. They drink it with it. So I used to be like, why are they having brown envelope? So when I shop, I'll buy brown envelope too. Because I didn't know. It was much later I now asked. They said, oh, they put liquor inside. I said, oh my God, I didn't know. But my journey in the US was an experience that that I believe that the barrack again gave me that mental toughness
True.
where there was no hope, and I started from scratch, along the line. I became a green card holder. Along the line, I became a citizen 5 years after I got to the U.S. And when I started working, my first job was I worked with Honda. In Nigeria, and a Honda. What was that car those days in Nigeria? Honda
Accord.
Accord, but there's a name they used to call him. Hala, or all those days. I used to be like, no. End of discussion was much later. It was Hala. Then I said, if I get Hala, my life don't set. So let me just make money in this America and just go and buy my Hala and move to Nigeria. That's it. So everything I was doing, I was thinking of just make it and go to Nigeria.
And buy your car.
With my Hala. Then when I see Hala pass me, I'll be like, see Hala. That's what people are driving normal in this, So along the line, I work with Honda. Along the line, they said I was doing voodoo. My colleague came together, and they said they were protesting because I was doing voodoo, because they didn't understand why they will have 20 clients, and 15 clients were waiting for me. They don't want to deal with anybody else apart from me, and they'll be saying, how do somebody? We have like 10 salespeople here. All these people are waiting for this guy that is busy. There is voodoo. He came with voodoo from Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't understand how I was doing it. Because when I meet you, I am not selling you what you came for. I want to know you. Who are you? Where did you grow up? Oh, you're from, most people in America came from somewhere. Oh, you're from South Africa. Wow, I really want to go there. Tell me about South Africa. The moment you personalize, you get people to be comfortable. They see you as a friend. When they become a friend, they want to buy from you. Sometimes they don't really need that thing, but because they want to patronize you. So when they come to our office, then they're not just coming to buy. They want to also talk to this guy. They want to know him more. So that was why I started excelling, because I knew that barrack. You don't know anybody. They say, meet Shegun. Shegun, what's up now? And do you know, up till now, my Dubai friends, my partners in Dubai, they said to me the other day, because I had somebody I met in the plane, and we got down together, and he bought a property of $2 million. And he stayed 3 days in Dubai. When we finished, when he was about to leave, and he was telling me that, so we will see in Nigeria now, so we will get to know each other. And my partner in Dubai was like, I thought you knew him long time ago. I said, no, we just met in the plane. I kept telling you, we met in this plane I came with. He said, hold on. You mean you just met this guy like yesterday, like 2 days ago? I said, yes. He said, okay, you're going to help me with something. I said, what? I want to know how you're able to make people comfortable so easily. How do you have that skill? So I think I think most barricades have it, but I think most of them don't use it. They use it, they don't even know they have it. They probably don't use it in their jobs, in their businesses.
Or in everyday life.
In their everyday life, So I believe that's what really helped me in the US. So from Honda, in the process of me working in Honda, I met a woman. She was in JP Morgan Chase, and she was a regional manager. She was from India. I said she's a regional manager, and I'm like, regional manager. So I'm dealing with a big madam. She said, what's that? I said, in my country, if you're a big madam, they put red carpet for you. She started laughing. And the funny thing is that most people did not want to talk to her, because Indian people in America, they see them as the worst negotiators. Before they buy from you, they will squeeze that thing to make sure there's nothing inside for you. So most salespeople don't want to deal with this. This Indian person, I will not make a dime. So to me, I saw her, she was working. I said, you know what? Let me go and make a friend. So in the process, she told me, my husband pissed me off. I just came out to just to clear my head. And you really got my attention so well. Have you ever worked in a bank? What was I in the bank? I was a copper, remember?
Mm-hmm.
I said, I work in the bank. I was a stockbroker. Remember,
Correct.
I was a broker. I was a copper lady stockbroker. I said, I was a stockbroker. She said, wow, you did shares. I said, yeah, because I was helping people
To buy and sell.
to buy and sell. So I told her, it's easy. So I explained it. She said, so you were able to manage a lot of people. I said, oh, my bank was so big. I managed a lot of people. And she's like, she's impressed. Have you thought about being a manager in a bank? From copper to manager. This one has passed me. I said, I can do it. I can do it.
Let's have it.
It's okay. She gave me her business card. She told me to call her. I left that night. I was shaking. And I called my mother. I said, Mommy, I told this woman that I was a banker, a big-time banker. She wants to give me manager with JP Morgan Chase, the biggest bank in the US. I don't know how I'm going to do it. My mom said, you have been a child that have always surpassed anything that comes in front of you. You can do it. Go and do it. So I said, okay. I was going to go and do it. So they gave me an offer to be an assistant manager because the manager position was about to be ready. So they said I should be assistant in a branch, prepare for my branch. So in the process of my training then in the bank, I remember when I went for a training, and that training I ended something in that bank. They used to train them in their cyber security training. They used to tell them about crime in the world. They used to be like the Nigerian scam. So after that training, they said, does anybody have anything to say? I said yes. And I told them that I was offended why they would describe scam as a Nigerian scam, because I believe scam happens in a lot of countries all over the world. And I feel offended that they would brand scam a Nigerian thing. And they apologized to me, and that was how JP Morgan was able to take that off their training or whatever up till today. There's nothing like that. So scam is considered scam. And when I started working as an assistant manager in the bank, I used to catch a lot of fake checks, fraud. And the bank would call me and say, how do you do it? As a barrack boy, you know fraud.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You just know when somebody is trying to game you. You just know. So that's what barrack lifestyle will give you. And they came to me and said, how do you know when these people come? I said, I just know. And along the line, I realized that working in the bank in America is different from working in the bank in Nigeria. Because working in the bank in America, you do everything. A bank manager can be a teller. If there's a long line, you go and serve. If there is a customer that is outside not happy, you go and find out why. But in Nigeria, as a bank manager, you have a big office where before they even see you serve, it's a problem. So I had that mentality of bank manager. I will stay in the office for where it is a lot of work. So I said, you know what? I've done it here. And that was the first time I was fired, though. Let me not leave that out of my story. I was fired. And firing me was a good experience because people must, as you go in life, you must face that pushback. And again, don't take that pushback as negative. When she told me I was fired, she didn't fire me because I wasn't doing well. She fired me, my regional manager fired me because I felt the bank was moving in a particular way. And I said, can we deviate from this? Can we do something else? The marketing aspect of it. We have a lot of businesses around us. And I went to fix my car, and I found out that the mechanic shop there, the big mechanic shop there, they have their accounts far away from them. And I started to tell them that, why don't you guys open with us? We can give you all the service that you're going to get there. So I started telling my regional manager, why don't you have sales team that would go out and market businesses around us? Let's start from us. Our people, our businesses should know us. So he was like, no, they don't do it like that. They do it off the phone, internet, the professional way. I said, no, we can be on the ground. And she just felt that I was trying to, some people are stuck in their ways.
Maybe doing
But
too much.
yeah, that barrack mentality, we want more. We want more, and that's what I crave for now with my staff. I want more than what you're telling me you're going to do. So, that's why I lost the job. And in the process of me losing the job, I remember a guy used to come to my office then. He used to deposit money all the time in his account every 2 weeks. $10,000, $15,000. I used to be like, what do you do? And he says he works with Cablevision. It's like your DSTV here. They have phone, cable, internet. And I said, so what you just do is go sell cable and phone, internet, and you make all this money. And he said, yes. Because as a banker, you make $6,000-$7,000. But by the time they take taxes, you make $4,000 and change. And at the end of the day, you pay your rent, you pay your car insurance. And at the end of the day, you have $1,200. And you want to be a big boy in Nigeria. And you ask yourself, is it this $1,200 you save for 1 year? It will give you probably $14,000-$15,000. I said, this is what in Nigeria people spend. This is not going to get me rich. So I already knew that bank work is just a cap for me. So I now called that guy after I lost that job. That's why it's good to interact with people. If I didn't know what he was doing, I wouldn't know there's something out there. So I called him. I said, are they hiring? And he said, yeah, come. Oh, you're looking for the job? I said, yeah. Are you sure you can do it with your accent? I said, I can do it. It's easy. Just to tell people to come back to the company that left us. Is that one supposed to be a job? To tell people that you should come back. I said, that's the easiest job in the world. He said, you sure? I went. Yeah. And to tell you how it's good to be honest, in the interview, there were 4 people, 2 women and 2 men. And I told them why I left, that I had an idea that the manager, she felt because I was from Africa, I want to come and tell her what to do. But she didn't see that I was trying to make her see it from a different angle. And she felt offended. And in that interview, one of the women said there that, I think that you might not be able to work with a woman leader, like a woman being your leader. I said, that's not true, man, on the interview. And they voted. The 3 people felt I was honest, and they believed that I wanted more in life. And I remember that month, it was August 1st. It was before my birthday. And the company then, if you bring 7 people in a month, you make up to $10,000 in a month. That means a year you make $120,000. So I came in then, the first time in the history of that company, that somebody that came in August won second best employee of the year.
Wow.
Because I came in and I wasn't just bringing 7 people in a month. I was bringing 6 people a day. So they couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe that somebody would do that. Because remember, it was just to talk to people. People leave because they are not happy about something. And you're giving me incentive to give that person to come back.
Something you usually enjoy doing.
So when I come to people, they'll be like, oh, where is your accent from? Oh, you don't want to know. It's from Africa. You know how, have you seen a lion on the street? They'll be like, no, come to Africa. I see a lion on the street. They'll be like, really? A lion on the street? I said, don't worry, just come to Africa. Once you create that nice conversation, at the end of the day, what will happen? They are your friend. Next thing, they are buying from you. So I went from making $6,000 a month to making almost $40,000 a month. At the end of the day, 6 months later, in the process of me meeting people, I started meeting people that wanted to sell their homes. I started meeting people that wanted to buy a home. And I said, you know what? I can connect these 2 people together.
True.
I now knew that I had to go and take the license to be a real estate agent. I didn't have the time to go and take the license. I saw a lady. I said, hey, let's strike a deal. I will bring you buying and selling. 2 people buying and 2 people selling. Your commission, you give me half. That's the deal. You're not going to do anything. And she said, deal. I started to sell properties. I didn't have a license. And I became one of the highest selling. Remember, I didn't have to look for people.
Of course.
In the process of me doing my job, I was seeing people. So I was making money from my job. I was making money from real estate. In the process, I found people that would have clothes, TV, a lot of things that they wanted to give out. I said, you know what? In Africa, they need all these things. I opened a shipping company. I started shipping for people in Africa. Along the line, people that wanted to ship cars, people that wanted to ship stuff, they would bring it to me. Remember, they will pay me to ship those things for them. I have all these things that I have, TV, fridge, AC, toys. I'll put them in those cars. I'll ship them for free. So I was importing stuff to Nigeria that had no cost. For like 5 years, I was making money. I was selling properties. At some point, when I knew Donald Trump then he was into real estate. They said Trump was buying real estate in New York. So I told myself I was the Trump of Newark. So I started buying all the properties that was available then. I said I was the Trump of Newark. So people started calling me Emeka the Trump. You see, so that was how I was in that company for 8 years. I got to a point where I said, I'm done. And people were like, why would you be tired with money? I said, I've made all the money. I've bought house. I've bought cars. I've bought everything. What else? I have to do something bigger than just making money. So that was where the drive came up of, I have to go home. I have to give people what I have, this knowledge I have. I have to teach people how to make wealth. I have to build. I remember when Obama said, because I supported Obama then during his election, he said he started from his community. He built from his community that if you want to bring change, start from your community. You just keep growing. Right. That you will not even know when. He doesn't even know how he got to becoming a senator. He just started small and look at him today. So no matter what it is, start from your community. So I came back home after all these years, after 18 years in America, and I said to myself, I want to build. I've gone to America. I have built the American dream. I've done it all. From the company, I now worked with Tesla because of what Obama was saying about renewable energy. Obama talked about renewable energy a lot, so I went into it, and I found myself with Tesla because Elon Musk's story. I like to work with people that were inspired by something. So Elon Musk were inspired by people believe he couldn't do it, so he now did it. So I now wanted to work with him because I wanted to tap from the way he thinks. So I was with him for 5 years. I won the second best employee in the country. So that was where I met him in Vegas then, where he said that no matter the people around you, including your mother, including your wife, if the person does not inspire you, if this person does not believe in your dream, cut that person off. After that speech, I came back, I cut off 80% of people that were my friends, because I realized I had people that anytime I bring up a big idea, they'll be like, you have come up with this, your ideas again. So I had people that were slowing my growth down. So I had to cut them off and started to build, So that really helped me. So the reason I'm saying all this here is because I want people to know that having the right people around you to build your mentality is very important in life. So it was what working with Tesla built my mentality to, you don't have to do one thing and you don't have to be great at doing one thing. Tesla taught me, Elon Musk taught me, he's also my mentor too. He taught me that our brain has over 10,000 things that it can do that is unique, that nobody else in this world can do except you. But because we were taught from childhood, we were programmed. Wake up, you go to school, from school, come back, eat morning, afternoon, night. Who said we should eat morning, afternoon, night? Somebody told you that. That's why you're programmed. If you eat morning food, you don't eat afternoon. Oh, I'm hungry, I've not eaten afternoon food. You see, it was programmed. So he made me believe that your mind is so big that it can create anything you challenge it to create. And that's what built my mentality of, I came to Nigeria, I came up with my smart lock, came up with my smart door, came up with my paint, I came up with my luxury towel, and I'm into hospitality because I love to make people happy, so I came up with my shortlets. I was going to build a hotel. But my wife said, if I build a hotel, I'll always be in that hotel, making everybody in the hotel happy. So she doesn't want me to own a hotel. so that's why now I'm going into gas. Now we're getting our license. We've been approved to build a gas modular refinery. And we are waiting for our Chinese partners to come in for them to start to build. And when we start to build it, we're going to be doing upscale, upstream, middle stream, and downstream. And that's where, too, I can see the young people that want to go into business, the ones I can bring in to help. My mission, again, I told you, is to help create jobs for young people, and build them up. So that's the reason why I'm going to gas. I have been able to secure a license to do small loans. We have applied for a microfinance bank in Nigeria. I'm still working with that. So I'm trying to be because I was into finance a lot. So I think that I will use that to help with small loans. Because I know how to help people that need help. I know how to help them. So in the US, I skip what I have now. My biggest contract now in the US is with the US Army. I wanted to join the Army after 9/11. I didn't tell you guys that, and my mom said no because my dad died in the police. My dad's brother died too in the police too. So, and they did not retire. So my mom was scared that I wasn't going to retire. And my elder brother was in the police, but he died. He left the police, but he still died young too. So my mom insists, nothing like force for me in particular. So the Army, I didn't join the Army, but my wife, she's a doctor in America. So we have a contract with the U.S. Army that will take care of the U.S. Veterans that have gone to war, Afghanistan, Iraq, South Korea and all that. So when they get back from their service, they apply for different benefits. You'll be shocked. Some people, because of the bomb they've seen, they can't have sex anymore. They can't be in a place alone anymore. So those things, you have to give them assistance. And one of the reasons why I stopped going to my clinic is because there was a time where one of my staff was talking to a U.S. veteran, and he was telling the guy, "Sir, please sign here. Sir, sign here." I know you guys will not understand what this means, like, sign here. And the guy was like, he pulled up his gun because all he saw was a gun pointing at him.
Jeez.
Yeah, so I was behind the guy. I was like, "Oh, whoa, I'm sorry." That he didn't know. I apologize. So I realized then that me going to my clinic a lot, because when I go there, I just make them laugh when they come. They call me Dr. Hamilton because I wear the white robe. But my job is to find out the areas where they have the military people, because they have to drive 2, 3, 4, 5 hours to get to the clinic. So when Trump came, Trump said 5% of the people that will own the clinics for the veterans must be minority. So that was how we're able to get the license. So I have gone beyond just having to create. Like if I come to Lekki Phase 1 now, and I know there's a lot of veterans here, I will create one here. Then instead of them driving far away, they will come to mine. You can't choose where you go to. You choose the one that is closer to you. So I've gone beyond just creating that now, because a lot of black veterans have been denied their benefits, because blacks in America, most times they've seen black male are seen as liars, are seen as bad. You have to prove yourself anywhere you find yourself. So that was one of the things I was tired of too. You know, even though I was successful, everywhere I found myself, I have to still prove that I am a legitimate black man that is working hard. That was very, very painful at all time. So now I try to open in areas that has black military veterans where they live, so that I would try and help the ones that have been denied the last 20, 30, 40 years, that have lost hope. They reapply, they come, and we try to make them get the benefit that they've been denied all their life. And you see them, they hug me, you know, they tell me, thank you, oh man, nobody have listened to me, you know, and I feel fulfilled that people that were hurt, that need help, and I'm helping them get help. But in my country, I can't do this. So I always felt like there are policemen that have served, that have been abandoned, and nobody can help them. So I think in time, I'm thinking of how to work with the government to see how we can create something like that for our police force, our military, police, armed forces, you know, people. I'm thinking of how we can create that, but because I know that it's not going to be easy, because everybody wants to see what's in for me, and you know that those things are created with helping the people. You know, at the airport, you see veterans, you tell them, thank you for your service, and they are like, oh, thank you very much. In Nigeria, I see a policeman in a checkpoint, and I tell them, officer, I thank you for your service. You know, I'm very grateful for what you're doing. And you see them pause for a second. They're looking at me like,
where is this coming from?
Wow,
you for real?
Oga, I never heard this before, but thank you so much. Like, thank you. They feel like, wow, somebody can tell them that, they thank them for what they are doing. So maybe that person is not doing good. Maybe that person is the bad guy. But I think the more we appreciate them, the more that the best of them will come out. So I think that's the big thing I do. I have 23 different clinics in the US, and I'm in 12 states. So we have over 60 medical doctors that work for us. And we are Zip Medical Group. You know, my wife is the one that is running that right now, because I'm here in Nigeria. Because I've told her that my real estate is still running, my healthcare is running, and I told her that I've done it all. I've built it there. Let me come and build in my country, and that's why I'm here, and that's why the one block is going to be part of my journey in Nigeria to make Nigeria great again. So as Donald Trump is making America great again,
we'll make Nigeria great.
One block will make Nigerian force great again, and Nigeria a much better society. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. All right, I want to say a big thank you for sharing your story so generously with us today here at the One Block podcast, Beyond the Barrack Stories. I hope you've been motivated by the story of Ikemba, who was once our police child, just like you and I, and today doing amazing things here in our country. You heard his story, how he has done so many amazing things from being in the US, moving and then changing jobs, and all of that is also amazing. I hope you're inspired to know that your background as a police child doesn't limit you. It doesn't stop you. Aim for the very top, and we will see you at the top. Thank you for staying with us.